Hey, what's up guys, I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to talk about how the Oklahoma City Thunder could be the next super teams. And now before y'all kill me in the comment section and pretty much just cut me open and eat me, I don't know, that's getting weird, I'm going to get off that topic. Before y'all get like, this is not going to happen, they can't compete with the Warriors, they're not going to be the next super team, blah. I make a video like this for every single team in the NBA, meaning I make one for the Atlanta Hawks, the Brooklyn Nets, every single team. And yes, I know deep down there's no chance that this team is going to be a super team. They're not going to make the finals, but I'm going to make a video on everyone, and I'm going to be giving reasons why I think they could be the next super team. And OKC is one of those teams, borderline contenders and borderline not contenders. It pretty much depends what they do this year, if I'm going to consider them contenders or not. But right now, I think most people have them as legit contenders for the NBA Finals, and I'll be giving 3 reasons why I think they could be. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing we'll get into this video is going to be that they have fixed their bench. And for many years of the OKC Thunder, their biggest flaw was their bench. As you look, they had Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and Steven Adams and Enes Kanter. But their bench was awful. Melo, Paul George, Westbrook. Pretty good starting lineup along with Steven Adams and Andre Robertson, so pretty solid starting 5, but they had an awful bench. But this year, they legitimately have a very good bench. Well, maybe not very good, but they have a legit 9-man deep bench, and that's something they have not been able to have over the years. As you can look at some of the people that they have added to the bench, as they added Dennis Schroeder in the Carmelo Anthony trade, which I'm going to be getting into later, but they added Dennis Schroeder, who a lot of people can compare him to like a baby Westbrook. He can get you 20 points a game on any given night. He was the best player for the Hawks, very explosive, very athletic, can shoot, score at will. I mean, he can really do a lot, and I mean, he's shown that as he last year averaged 19 points per game, 6.2 assists per game, and 3.1 rebounds per game as well, and is a huge upgrade over their veteran Raymond Felton, who only averaged 6 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 2 rebounds per game last year, and he was their backup point guard last year, and now they have replaced him with Dennis Schroeder, which is a enormous upgrade in my opinion. But another person they were able to add is a center, Nerlens Noel. He's a young center, he still has a little bit of like potential in him, and last year was able to average 8.9 points per game, 1.5 steals per game, 5 rebounds per game on 61% shooting. And I mean, he's one of those players in the NBA that hasn't hit his potential. Like, he's shown signs of being possibly being a very good player in this league, but then there's other years where he's a complete flop. So I mean, he really hasn't found his place yet. Maybe OKC can be that place for him off the bench, and I think he'll be a very nice piece off their bench. I mean, no matter what, he can't be as bad as their last year's backup center, Dakari Johnson, who put up a staggering stat line of 1.8 points per game, 1 point rebounds per game, and 0.3 assists per game. So, I mean, really, no matter what, you can't go wrong with that Nerlens Noel. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure they added him a pretty nice deal, so he's going to have an upgrade at center. So, they upgraded their point guard and their center this year, which is going to be very big addition to their team off the bench. But then you also look at, they still have pieces from their old bench from last year, as they have Ferguson, Abrinas, Patterson, and they're all very solid players to come off their bench. So, they really have a very solid 9-man rotation, and maybe 10th, because Patrick Patterson has kind of shown decency off their bench. But I mean, right now they have a very nice 9-man deep bench, and that's something they haven't had in many years, and I think that is a huge fix that they were able to do this offseason. But now my second reason for this video is going to be that they got rid of Carmelo Anthony. Now I'm not going to be bashing on Carmelo. Carmelo, he's a great player, he's a future Hall of Famer, and I think he personally just did not fit with the Thunder system, as he had one of his worst years of his entire career last year, and he still refused to come off the bench. He really didn't fit the Thunder system at all. I mean, the Thunder like to pass and push the pace and play defense, and you know, Carmelo Anthony isn't exactly known for his defense, and I mean, that kind of showed. He's a terrible defender. He couldn't score as good as he used to be able to, so he all around just did not fit. I think he's going to be a much better fit for the Rockets next year than he would be for the Thunder, and I think that's a very big thing that they did get rid of him, as they were able to flip Carmelo Anthony for Dennis Schroeder. That's a great value. You're getting a young player that has tons of potential, and maybe when Westbrook is old, Dennis Schroeder can then take that spot. So, I mean, that is great value to get for him. I mean, Dennis Schroeder also fits their system, as he can pass the ball, score the ball, and he plays pretty good defense, decent defense. I wouldn't say he's a great defender. I'd say he's an all-right defender. But, yeah, Dennis Schroeder, definitely a pretty good upgrade over Carmelo, especially for how bad of a year Carmelo had. They give that kind of value for him. That is a very very good thing. And I'm surprised Atlanta actually gave him up for that a little bit because they did buy out Carmelo Anthony. I was surprised they did it, but I mean, whatever. It's kind of just what happened. But yeah, I think getting rid of Carmelo is also going to be a very big thing for them. And now my third reason is going to be that they were able to lock up PG-13 for I think 4 more years. And I mean, with him signing that long-term deal, it not only reassures Thunder's fan and the front office that they're going to have another all-star player for at least 4 more years, but it can reassure Westbrook. Now Westbrook doesn't have to worry about Paul George pulling a Kevin Durant on him and just leaving in free agency, as now he can trust Paul George, build trust with him, build chemistry with him. And I think that is going to be a huge thing, as it's going to be their second year together, and he no longer has to worry about Paul George leaving him. And I think that is a very nice thing to reassure Westbrook. And I mean, I'm sure he's kind of traumatized after what Durant did to him. So I mean, I think that for them to lock up PG was a very big move for them. But now my final reason for this video is going to be that they're going to have the chemistry down. Now obviously the new additions, they're not going to have tons of chemistry, but the main 3 of Westbrook, Paul George, and Steven Adams, I mean, just look at really last year, they really didn't have much chance to build chemistry, as I mean, they just didn't have time. A month before the season, they were able to get Paul George. A huge trade, but they were able to get Paul George. And then only a week before the season started, they got Carmelo. So they had no time to build chemistry. And I think this year is going to be the year that you can actually see them perform at their full potential, because they're now going to have the chemistry down, as it will be Steven Adams, Paul George's, and Russell Westbrook's all third year, and Andre Robertson. That would be all their third years playing together. And I think that's going to be a very big thing, because chemistry is actually more important than most people recognize. I mean, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh got off to an awful start the first season that they were together, and they were able to build chemistry and get together. I mean, obviously with 3 way more talented players than who I just named, maybe not Westbrook, but I mean, same example, same thing goes. So I definitely think that chemistry is going to be a very huge thing, and they know how to play together at least. So yeah, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As this is the end of the video, do you think the Thunder can compete for the NBA Finals? I want to hear all of that below. I really want to do, because I'm kind of confused about them. They didn't have that good of a season as people thought they would, but Melo kind of held them back. So I really want to hear your thoughts. Do you think they're going to be able to perform better or worse? Do you think their bench got better? Do you think I'm wrong in any of these things? I really want to hear your thoughts. And if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button and the subscribe button. That would literally mean the road to me. We're at 270 subscribers. We're 30 subscribers away from 300. That was my goal for the end of this year. And if we can hit that before the end of this year, thank y'all. I mean, that would be amazing. I'm not saying we are, but if we can, that'd be amazing. So just smash that subscribe button if you did like the video. So I mean, see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye. Have a blessed day.